Hello?
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Shannon.
How are you?
Tired?
I know I asked you. I care about you, dude. I'm not gonna talk over you. I just want you to know that even though you pissed me off, we love you here.
I piss everyone
I wish you
off.
were still here.
Maybe it's their thoughts, feelings, and opinions that piss them off. That's what they teach you in the system. They didn't piss you
Who's?
off. Your thoughts, feelings, and opinions did.
No, I'm saying we miss you like here because I know the person you are, and we miss you here. Like I don't know whose opinions they're talking about, but I wish you were here because I hate you being alone and cold. You know, even though you piss me off, I still love you. You don't piss me off that much, though.
Well,
A
I'm
little
pretty
bit.
used to pissing people off.
No, you don't piss me off that much. I'm just,
You're
it's
venting.
okay.
It's good.
I just wish you were closer, but
You're allowed to vent, believe it or not. I'm not, but you can.
no, if I can, you can.
Well, I'll get judged
Where are
pretty
you? Oh, you're in
harshly if I do that.
Nebraska?
No, I can't go to Nebraska.
You're in Wyoming.
I'm in Wyoming, that's right.
How far is it from California? How many, you're in your Jeep.
At 10 miles per gallon, I have no idea. I'd have to look it up. It's quite a
I
ways.
hate that you're, I hate that you're alone. Sean, yeah, you've talked a lot of shit about me, but you are a good, I know you're a good person, and I hate that you should have stayed here, I'm sorry that, we argued. Nick and I
Shannon,
argued, but
the world doesn't change unless we make it change.
yeah. Guess who's been really happy lately, though? Zanny.
Zanny, yep, you told me that last night.
I know. Is that awesome? The autistic, it's got to be hard to be autistic.
It's even tougher for her.
I know. And you're very good to Zanny. I know.
Well, I understand Zanny pretty well.
Yeah.
I get her frustrations. I get why she does what she does.
I'm not a bad mom, though, Sean. Am I a bad mom?
No, you're not a bad mom. We all deal with things differently.
I know.
Like me, I deal with it by fighting back. My mom deals with it by trying to control other people's lives. My dad deals with it by being a greedy son of a bitch. A lot of the people I knew who
And
grew
Sean,
growing up, they deal with it by drinking or by snorting cocaine or shooting up heroin or doing meth. Some people go
yeah.
running, some people go jogging, some people volunteer.
Some
Everybody
people
deals.
hand out blankets like you,
Yeah, well, I
right?
haven't.
You do the right. Yes.
I haven't handed out blankets for a while. I think the last time I gave out a
But
blanket
you
was
do
in
good
Washington
things.
State. I do. Somebody needs
I
to,
know.
though. Like, a lot of these people who said that they did it all themselves, they had a lot of family help. A lot of family help. And then they want to tell me that I need to do it all myself. It's
So you're
complicated.
just sitting there like by yourself, like no one to talk to, nothing.
Yep.
Well, I wish I could get. I don't know how much it costs for you to come back to California because you are a good person. And if I didn't believe that, dude, the boys, all the kids, Sean's room. You know?
Yeah.
Rick and I would have arguments. I'm sorry about that. We all have problems, you know? Vices and whatnot.
Yes, ma'am.
But I do care about you for what it's worth.
I care about you guys too, Shannon.
I know.
I don't say those
I know
things as a personal insult. I say them because it's the things that shut me down, that make it difficult for me to function. My dad screamed a lot. With him, it was do as he says, do what he wants, or I'm a bad person. And it's always been that way in his mind.
You're not a bad person. I can vouch for that. You're not.
Your house is a
Had you been a bad person,
that.
you would not have stated. You were, yeah. You get it.
Yes, ma'am.
Sean Schwartz is not a bad person. Not at all. You got a bad rap.
Ray, she's pissed off about my situation. She cries a lot over it.
Who does?
My friend Rayanna.
Which one is that?
She's the one here in Cheyenne.
Oh, the one, the husband that won't let you.
Yep.
Okay.
When Shelly was I was trying to find her a safe place after that pocket dial. Rayanna's husband had some major issues with it, so I spoke with her about it today a bit. I try to go over there after she gets off of work and before her husband shows up from work.
And so he doesn't want her to have any friends and.
Yeah, but he's allowed to have friends.
Right?
He has a friend named Tom that he goes and sees a lot. But Ray, she's got like two friends. That's me and Amy. Amy's.
She cries, right? That she can't talk to you or help you.
Yeah, she does.
Is that the one?
That's Rayanna, yeah.
Your friend that wants to help you, but she can't.
Yes, that's Rayanna. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Because I think of Desiree at the same, so that's why I'm like asking. You know, that sucks.
No, Desiree was the person I rescued last year here in Cheyenne. She's in Boulder now.
I remember Desiree. Yeah, and she stole from you at the place that you had when we used to talk on the phone.
Well,
I know you care a great deal about her. Even with that being said, that she stole from you. You care so much about her. You talk about her all over your Facebook.
Well, she's a human being.
You're not upset with her for that. Her meth dealer, boyfriend, or whatnot. Yes. I get so many things, Sean.
It doesn't matter to me who stole it. What matters to me is she's alright. I mean, that dude is a complete and total douchebag.
Yeah. And the Kara Johnson, remember? You didn't believe me about that.
Well, I definitely believe you now. When you sent me them screenshots, you know, she was playing like she was trying to be my friend.
Oh, she even sent me a message through Facebook. She's like, "Why are you trying to intervene with Shannon and I?" Yeah, I didn't respond to that, but yes, she did.
Yeah, it's because she was playing head games. See,
because she was, I told you. Remember, I'm like, this person is not legit.
See, that's the thing. Like, at the time, I was trying to defend her because, you know, Miss Shelley, at the time, her words went a long way with me.
Okay.
But the thing is, as soon as I got a hold of Kara Johnson to let her know that she'd been busted in a lie, she changed her attitude 180 degrees and showed her true colors. But she
she sent me a message. She's like, "Why are you trying to, you know?" Yeah, she was pissed because she's like, "Why are you trying to intervene with Sean and I?" I have that still on my Facebook message.
Yes, ma'am. If you take screenshots of it, that'd be great. But the thing is, with her at the time, like, she was trying to pretend like she was trying to help me. And when you sent me that stuff that she was
Autistic
typing in
thing.
those groups, yeah, I mean, it
Yeah, she was
really
trying to
fucked my
pretend
head
she
up.
was an advocate for autism, right? That sucks.
Yeah, she was also
Tried to
trying
play
to
you.
pretend she did play Shelly. She played us both.
So she was trying to play you like a, yeah.
Well, she
That
did play
sucks.
Shelly. Shelly was basically using her as a go-between. I don't know if Miss Shelley was involved in that or not, but the fact is, the way it all played out, yeah, it seems to me like she was intentionally involved with that Kara Johnson lady and intentionally playing head
And
games.
I don't know why anyone would want to play you because you are fucking. You are a good fucking person. I don't know why anyone would want to try and rope you or play you or anything because.
Well, I got
You're fucking good.
screenshots.
I would have never wanted to fucking be your friend or try to help you from the get-go. Because I fucking, look at my Facebook. It's all about kids, like, everything is, like, trying to help.
Well,
You are a good fucking person.
let me explain something. When Natalie made that post on the 13th of December of 2017, it was literally a day after I exposed her dad with her email. But the other thing is, you can see pretty much immediately that people start typing, he looks like a chimo, somebody should do this, somebody should do that. I mean, it was the same exact thing
people,
that
the legit ones, guess what?
Let me finish, Shannon, please.
Okay.
The things that those people were typing on there. How she never once said that I molested her or anything like that. It was just the word stalking. And people jumped immediately to the, he just wants to fuck you and stuff like that. And that's the thing, is that they made their judgments without looking at the facts, without looking at what was going on. And that's.
Can I say one thing? I remember.
No, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Let me finish, Shannon.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So the mentality that people immediately jump to and start being mean and cruel over on the internet, I needed to show that, that's the mentality that people had and that they were treating me like that for a whole year before she died, but it's right on her Facebook, on that very last post that she made public. All of that stuff right at the very beginning, those people saying those things, those people typing those things, the very same things that people were, I'm not done, the very same things that people were doing in real life to me for a whole year before she died, except in real life, people can actually put their hands on you. And I already knew that the police treat me with the mentally ill bullshit and the fucking homeless bullshit and the you're a male bullshit. And there's nobody in my corner. There's no family that is going to fucking step forward and say, hey, this is fucked up. My family don't care. I don't have what they want. So when it all comes down to it, when it all comes down to it, what I need is to be able to force them to take a look at what's going on. That mentality that people have been using to come after me for things that I didn't do, it's all over the word stalker. And I already proved that I didn't stalk her to Virginia. And afterwards, I was just trying to get her to end it.
What you told me, this is important. I don't care if I'm talking over you. You told me that when Natalie was younger, you protected her and her sister from fucking, she was going and hanging out and fucking in the park.
Yeah, but I protected everybody. It wasn't just Natalie. I protected everybody. She wasn't special that way.
Dude. You still protected her,
and her sister and Maddie. And I protected Pierre, and I took a few punches for Ryan. That's because people didn't.
Well, you did it though, dude. I'm saying that you're a good fucking. So if you're recording all this, that's what I'm telling you.
But where are those people now?
You protected these people.
Where are those people now?
Well, Natalie's not here anymore, but
and neither are they.
But
Miss Jerry's not a part of my life anymore.
I'm trying to fucking go to bat for you, man. I don't like fucking pedophiles. I hate pedophiles. You know, I've told you about what happened to me. So listen, Sean. I fucking like you. You're a good person. You know, I'm trying, and if you're recording all this, I hope you are.
Shannon, we can change the world if we work together, but it's difficult. It's difficult to get people to work together. The Bollinger's and all the people that hated me after the way that I was painted on the media, a lot of people helped the Bollinger's to threaten me, harass my friends and family. Fuck the Boulder police. Matter of fact, fuck the whole state of Colorado. And the police in fucking Nebraska. Not all of them. I know a few good cops in Nebraska.
California, Sean? Why don't you just move in with us? Like, I know we're a fucking basket case family, but we loved you, right?
Well, first of all, I need an income. Second of all, this fight isn't going to win itself. I don't mind losing as long as I put up the fight, you know?
I know, but Sean, like, dude, Colorado, like, either you have to turn yourself in or you don't go back to Colorado.
No, that's not the way that it's going to work out. See, here's the thing. With what they did, I should have been put into protective custody immediately. After the Boulder police assaulted me, I definitely needed to be in protective custody. What I need is the ability to show this, and that means that people who care, if they actually care, they need to push it to the media. But that also means they have to find out exactly what's been going on, and I'm in the process of writing all that down.
I know, I would help you, Sean. I'm sorry, like, God, I wish you were still here, because I really do, listen to me, I genuinely care about you. I do.
I know you do, Shannon. I know you do.
I hope you know that. No, I'm not kidding. I'm like,
I know you're not kidding.
Shake you right now. You know, God damn it.
And I miss the fuck out of
everyone,
Sadie.
Like, there's Sean's room. They called it Sean's room. The room, your room. They said Sean's room.
And Sadie gets to sleep indoors because of me.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said, and Sadie gets to sleep indoors because of me.
Yeah, Sadie. Oh, she misses you like crazy. Sadie-bug, ladybug.
She can't help it. She's a dog. I told you kids and dogs love me. Did I lie?
No, but what'd you say? Say it again.
I said, I told you that kids and dogs love me. Did I lie?
Yes, and what did I say, Rick? What did I say?
Yes, I lied?
About Sean.
Yes, I lied?
No, listen. You did not lie. What I said, Rick, earlier, I said kids and Sadie love Sean.
I can't hear you. Hello?
We miss you, Sean.
You're cutting out. You're cutting out. I didn't get to hear like the last minute or whatever you were saying.
I just told, earlier I told Rick, I said the kids and the dog love Sean, and you just said the same exact fucking thing I said.
Well,
You're a good fucking person. You are. You're a pain in my ass and you talk shit, but I love you still. Well,
that's because you're an adult and adults' expectations are always wrong anyway.
Adults' expectations are always wrong. I love Sean. No, Sean, you are... Sean, I love you.
I love you too,
seriously,
Shannon.
Like,
I do.
Genuinely care about you.
I know you do.
You're a pain in my ass, but that said, you are a good fucking person.
I'm a pain in everybody's ass.
And I would not have bought you sugar.
Sugar is important. Sugar is like...
He said sugar is important. He just said sugar is important. Dude, I love it when we said sugar is important.
Ask anybody. You can ask Miss Jerry. You can ask Aunt B. You can ask Lana and Amanda. You can ask anybody. Sugar is fucking important. You can ask Miss Bobby at the Starbucks in Boulder.
What about Brett?
Bread is not
I don't
even
mean money. I
close
mean
to as
bread.
important as sugar, because coffee tastes like a burnt bean, and burnt beans are
I love
gross,
him.
so you gotta sugar the shit
See,
out
now
of
I
it.
want Sean back. Sean, come back. You were awesome. No, he's like, sugar is important.
It is.
I still have the. He said it is. No, I still have the full container of sugar that I bought you last time. Sean, if you want to come back here, but you have to do me one favor. Draw the kids' pictures.
Well, I'm still down
Sean.
with doing that. The thing is, I don't really want to go to Colorado. I don't want to go to.
Sandy's been so happy lately. She's been excellent.
So she hasn't broken any more TVs. She only broke 3 of them while I was there.
She hasn't broken any more TVs.
Broke a 4th one after I left.
He said the 4th one after I left. Yeah.
See, I do pay attention.
Avocado is assaulting me with her Samsung phone. She is pressing it against my face. It's giving me a severe panic attack. Where are my goddamn police reports?
Stop it.
I have no idea. I'm trying to get some.
Shannon Avocado wants me to talk to you.
Avocado? Are you saying she's
Shannon
green inside?
Avocado is insisting that I talk to you, and I am a full cognizant that I am being recorded currently.
Yeah.
The Bollinger Police Department has assaulted me every time I go into Colorado.
The Bollinger Police
I understand,
Department?
Shannon Avocado, that it is not nice. This man is not nice.
I can barely hear Shannon in the background. He doesn't have to be nice, Shannon. That's not how reality works. Reality is filthy and dirty and grimy, and so's the truth sometimes.
Shannon Avocado cannot hear you.
Ah, so it's not on speakerphone.
It is not on speakerphone.
That's okay. I'll forgive you for that. It's not the end of the world.
Sir, you have betrayed
Stop it, Rick.
You have betrayed my trust, and you will not have it back. Do you understand me?
I'm not happy. Rick, stop.
You have never been unhappy.
Please stop talking about my way.
Then you talk to me.
Sean, I'm not happy with Rick. He's being a fucking douchebag. He won't talk to you. He's mad at you.
That's all right. I understand why he's mad at me.
But listen, Sean, I don't want him to be talking to you like this. I'm like, fuck, god damn it.
I think it's okay for him to talk to me like that.
He doesn't want you to talk to me.
I don't want him to.
Oh, shit. See?
Yes, ma'am.
Sadie has something to say.
Inconsiderate. He does not understand basic human rights as a self-proclaimed human rights advocate.
I do understand basic human rights.
He said he does.
I am not interested in being nice to you, Sean.
Oh, I like Sean Short. For some reason, I'm always...
You've been a complete dickhead to everyone who's ever tried to help him.
Stop.
Yep.
not involve me in this shit because I'm not interested. No, because the call's being recorded and I don't appreciate having recorded.
Sean, when you talk to him without recording him, I do care a great deal about you.
No, I don't trust him. He burned that bridge.
Sean,
He didn't do what I asked him to do.
I care about you, dude. Even if Rick's pissed at you, I care about you.
Fucking snake in the crap.
I needed people to make reports. Now I record phone calls.
Fuck you, Sean Swords.
Thank you, Rick.
I know it's not nice. He is not nice. Oreo cookies are not water soluble because they're made of lard. So they float on top. And also you should clean your room before you leave. You should also plunge the toilet when you clog it. I do not appreciate what you have done to us on the internet. You are an immoral human being. Shannon isn't forcing me to get involved in this shit, and I am not interested.
Well, she can't force you, Rick. You make your own decisions.
That's why I'm trying to hand the phone back to her.
Now her pushing the phone into your face, that's forcing.
Sean?
Yeah?
I care about you. I'm sorry. And
That's
you know
alright,
what?
Shannon. I still like Rick.
Stop it, Rick.
I also understand why he's pissed off, and I'm fine with that too. I stick to my guns, and I believe I did the right thing.
Sean.
Yeah?
You've had a horrible fucking childhood and whatnot. That's why I'm like, ugh. That's why I'm mad at Rick right now. Because you had, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't want.
Well, I'm not a child anymore.
And you're welcome to come fucking back to California, and you know what? You're welcome in my fucking house. I'm sorry that Rick's. I can understand why he's pissed off because. Stop it. He's done a salmon avocado. Yeah, you like that? God, dude, you are a good person. Everyone has their vices, and he said good people do not treat people like shit. He's got to be so frustrated though, Rick. He's had a really tough life.
I do not give my
Stop. Sean.
Yeah.
You deserve to be on this planet, and you will stay on this planet, as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
okay?
Unless they shoot my ashes into outer space, yeah, I'll always be a part of this
You're not going to be
planet.
shot into outer space, I promise you that. Well, I can't promise you.
Who knows? I might get lucky and get my own little asteroid freighter and go out and harvest chunks of rocks for NASA or some shit. Not likely, though. I'm not interested.
John, for what it's worth, even though I'm a drunk piece of fucking alcoholic shit, whatever you call me, I love you. Am I really that? Was I bad to you in person? Was I horrible to you?
No, you weren't horrible to me.
Rick and I had our problems, right? Oh, guess who just tried to run outside? Little Morty. Mortified, stinky, orange cat. Stop it. I'm gonna kick Rick. Can you come here and help me kick Rick's ass, please?
What's with everybody always talking about kicking each other's ass?
Look, it's just... What do you say when you start talking?
That's why I did what I did. This is gonna suck up for one. You probably have to fucking fuck off.
Hey, Shannon? You're breaking up a bit.
And we're gonna be on this. I mean,
an episode as well, including the Golden
Alright, so, Rick doesn't want to do something, but Shannon's pressuring him to do it. It's not something he feels comfortable with, so he's being snide and rude about it. But I understand why he's being snide and rude about it. Now, how can I judge him for doing that when I do it? He didn't want to talk with me on the phone. If I go there, it'll be a hostile environment. So should I go to California? Of course not. That doesn't mean I don't care about them. I still care about Rick. I still care about Shannon. I still care about Sadie. She wants him to talk on the phone with me. And she wants him to be nice. Well, his emotions don't tell him to be nice. So she pressures him to do it, and that makes him even more irate. It doesn't really register to her the psychology involved. She thinks that he should just automatically be nice. Well, there's a reason he's not being nice. Just like there's a reason I'm not being nice. He didn't like being recorded. Lots of people didn't like being recorded. That didn't stop me from recording them. I had to do something to try to force people to see the truth. This is a disgusting America that we live in, and we try to pretend like it's great. It's not great. Those who have the roofs get to make the rules. The bigger your roof, the more rules you get to make, and the more you get to break, because it's your roof. You get to decide who leaves and who goes. You get to decide oftentimes not based on who it is that is in the right or in the wrong. It's based on who you love more. Or who you're more familiar with. That's why a lot of people side with their predators. Because most of the time their predators are family. And why do they side with the predators? And that's not me calling Shannon a predator. That's talking about the state of the union, not the state of Shannon's household. Many of the people who got pissed off because they thought I was exposing their situation in specific. No. I know hundreds of people going through this. So then when I exposed their situation in specific, they got really mad. Well, I knew that they would. They get pissed off at me when they think I'm typing about them. When really, I'm typing about hundreds of situations that are very similar. With hundreds of people that I know. Most of these people are pissed off at me and blocked me and got rid of me and all of that, but that's because I called them out. When Ogre needed help, I was there. When I needed help, he hid behind his family. Not literally. He hid behind his family figuratively. They're not even a part of his life for the most part. But he used them figuratively, basically to make me feel bad for going off on him for not keeping his word. Did I go off on him in a real mean fashion? Oh no, not by comparison with most. Now, unlike most of these people that I argued with, that had reason to draw that from me, you notice how Shannon said, I pissed her off. Well, Alicia pissed me off. Natalie pissed me off. Maverick pissed me off. Aunt B pissed me off. Uncle D pissed me off. A lot of people pissed me off, but really when it all comes down to it, it's my thoughts, feelings, and opinions that piss me off. My thoughts, feelings, and opinions about being treated this way. About how inhumane it is. About how when these things happened on a much smaller level to other people, how I stuck up for them. But they're too afraid to come forward about that. When they were being bullied, I should have, and I did something about it. Oftentimes, the difference between somebody being bullied and somebody being left alone is whether or not there's somebody like me who's willing to stand up for them in person where it matters. I stuck up for Rick a lot while I was there. And I do like Rick. And I do understand his point of view. However, I also see it as a selfish point of view. And that's not saying that it's wrong of him to be selfish, because it's not. This is the worst pipe I have made in a while. However, I'm out of cigarettes. All I'm down to is cigarette butts. So, it works. Shannon's not a bad person. Rick is not a bad person. And they're not wrong for having their emotions. Pressuring somebody to do what you want them to. People keep saying I did that. I actually did. I pressured people to come forward and to go in with me to court so that the police couldn't do the exact things that they did to me. But I already knew the police were going to do those things if nobody came with me. I still had to try. Somebody has to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I'm willing to lose every friend I got in order for the truth to be out there. In order for the laws to change. In order for actual predators to actually be hunted down when they leave jurisdiction. To force the police to wear body cams So they can't do the things that they did to me, which is called entrapment. That's why I needed somebody there in person, because they can overwhelm me. When they overwhelm me, my words don't come together properly. That's not a decision. That's the fact that I'm remembering too much at once. Or I'm being bombarded with too much at once. That's why when people argue every night, it gives me a panic attack. It makes it difficult for me to function. I don't think Shannon's a bad person. I don't think Rick is a bad person. Karamia is a bad person. Carl Rogers, I should say. Layla Johnson's a terrible person. Then there's people like Dan Favorite. Is Dan Favorite a bad person? No, but he was an asshole. When it all came down to it, he typed the same bullshit as everyone else. Me and Dan stopped talking quite a while ago. We stopped talking over me streaming at Shannon back in Chapel, Nebraska in April, I believe. April or May of last year. And he's been kind of a dick since. He doesn't bother to find out what's actually going on in a given situation. He just assumes. But he always assumes that I'm the one that's in the wrong. Them pretty words that people use. That's a temporary patch to try to get them through until something decent happens. Me, I'm a little bit more realistic with my point of view. Good things don't happen unless I make them happen. And I can't do it alone. We the people of the United States of America means we the people. Not Sean the independent island. Not Shannon the independent island. Or Dan the independent island. The Bolligers and these web cronies came together to destroy my name. And the border police, for me speaking out against them for years and nobody listening. When Natalie died, people actually started to listen. They started to pay attention. Border police did all in their power to prevent that from happening, but they had a lot of help. I don't know if Shelly's a bad person or not, but it really looks that way. Kara Miles is a terrible person. Officer Lolatai is a terrible person. Darren O'Connor is a good person. There's a lot of good people who are afraid to come forward. And their fears are legitimate. I'm not going to pretend like they're not. I'm not going to pretend like Darren's personal issues aren't more important than my own. They should be more important to him because they're his issues. At the same time, that man is fighting for our rights, not just mine, and not just yours. Most of you could become homeless at any point in time. Now, as far as Rick goes, I'm not taking his side because he's got a penis. And I know a lot of you are probably going to tell me that I shouldn't take his side because he's against me and he's mad at me. But that's the thing. I try to put myself in everybody's shoes. That's how I saw all this coming. I knew how people would react based on trying to put myself in their shoes. I knew that as soon as I called out Kara Miles or Kara Johnson, whichever one she wants to go by, I knew that she was going to try to paint me as badly as possible to Miss Shelley. But I ripped Miss Shelley's ass. In typing, of course. When they blocked me, they should have kept me blocked. When I was going through and taking screenshots, I noticed that Miss Shelley had unblocked me. And so had Rose. So I bugged them until they blocked me again. Their family never stopped coming after me, never stopped slandering my name, neither did Kara Johnson. I can tell you more about Shannon than she can tell you about me. I remember her stories. I remember Mandy's stories. Mandy Singer, as well as Mandy Hughes. I remember Alyssa's stories about her illnesses and blood clots, and about her sister's concussion playing soccer, and Aaron Cockerham, her son, with his broken jaw, and Christy Manee having a heart attack. They're close enough to it. I was supposed to be at her place right now, matter of fact, but because of her heart issues, I didn't get to do that. The other thing that worries me is that she wanted to clean her house before I got there, and that's when this issue happened. So although it's not my fault that she had heart issues, it roundabout in a way is. And I worry about this stuff. I worried about psychologically what would happen to Alicia and her family. I'm able to put myself in others' shoes because I listen to them. That's why I'm always so pissed off about people not listening to me, about them putting in their 2 cents, but when you say it's a matter of perspective, whose perspective are you looking at? And are you only looking at one? I still have people who call me a stalker and a rapist and a killer. Still.